Hello everybody, Sonna Rich here with another video. A lot of records in this video. But before I start, I just had a dream. I had a dream last night. And it's kind of weird, you know, how things in dreams, they flip-flop back and forth. But it started out, I was in the North Pole. And then all of a sudden, Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, and Norman Maslov were having a threesome. And then I noticed, man, my balls are sweating. And I wasn't sure if my balls were sweating because of the threesome or global warming. But anyways, that was a dumb, huh? Anyways, I've been seeing ghosts lately. Rachel's Ghost is having a contest. I don't consider this an entry, but I am supporting her. And she has 3 questions. In my opinion, not nearly enough for a contest. I think you need to have 10 to 20 questions. I plan on doing a contest, and I was thinking I might have 100 questions on mine. But anyways, she wants you to show you a record that has a ghost on it. Now, I could have swore this album had a ghost, but there ain't no ghost. There's Frankenstein, Dracula, a werewolf, and I don't know who that is. No ghost. So, epic fail, but that's my... The next question was show a comeback album. And I'm showing Main Course by Bee Gees. I think a really good album. And I finalized my 1975 10 best albums and in the order. And this one was heavily considered. I mean, it starts off with Nights on Broadway, great song. Jive Talkin', great song. Winds of Change, great song. None of that really men with high voices type shit at all. But then Songbird comes in and ruins it. And the third question was, show an album that reminds you of Michael, 45 RPM audio file. And of course, it's got to be this one, man. Michael, the man with the biggest glasses in the VC. And I'm going to do another one that reminds me of Michael. And it's this Buck Owens album. And in this album, it's In the Palm of Your Hand. And this album reminds me of Michael because he reached out and helped Rachel's Ghost get to 1,000 subscribers. Now there's another thread going around. Randall Weaver's been doing a series of videos, you know, show 10 albums that start with the letter A and show 10 albums that start with the letter B. And I never really, you know, gave it much thought. And then I was watching the Jays, and he said, yeah, I can't come up with 10, you know. Christopher Kibler did. And I didn't really think about it, but that isn't an easy thing to do, you know, come up with 10 albums that... I mean, you can come up with 10 artists, but the name of the album? So I got a few here. We got John Wesley Harding by Bob Dylan. An obvious choice. The one that came to my mind right away was Jealous Again by Black Flag. And we got Yellow Man, J's for Everybody. And we got... Joanna Went by the band Hyena. And this really, I don't know if it fits or not, but I thought I would show this record. It's Stuttering John, one of the dudes on the Howard Stern show. And surprisingly, this is a really good record. If you ever see it, and it's, you know, not too much, check it out, man. Check it out. Now another stream that's going around is show debut singles. And this was started by, I saw Rob Walker's, what is his name? Rob Walker, the Wanker from Manchester. I saw his one. And it was really good. And I went to check out the guy who started the thread. And I couldn't finish the video, man. I mean, he talked for over 5 minutes explaining what the concept of the video is. When when all they had to do was say, I'm showing the first records by these bands. And then he went to show the first single. And he didn't show a single, he showed the album because he didn't have the single. So I said, man, get out of here. But anyways, I'm going to show 21 debut singles. And this one is Norman and the Rockwells, their debut. And this is noteworthy because right there, man, it's our own Derek Higgins in this band. Yeah. Mental Health. My next one is Patti Smith, Hey Joe, Piss Factory. This is a reissue that came out in 1977. This originally came out in 1974. Maybe the first punk single. Another very early one from New York is Richard Hale. And this is before the Voidoids. And it's Another World, Blank Generation, and You Gotta Die on Orc Records. Very cool. And right there's Marky Mark on drums. Very cool. Another great band, a favorite of mine, is The Cramps. This is their debut single, Surfing Bird with The Way I Walk. All these, so far, man, these are all on really thin paper. Very delicate. This is one that Rob showed, the Go-Go's very first single. We got The Beat and How Much More on Stiff Records. I like this version better. For me, the Go-Go's, it got a little too polished. But I understand. I mean, they had the best-selling all-female debut record ever, The next one is The Bangs. This is actually the Bangles' very first single. Getting Out of My Head and Call on Me. And again, very flimsy. I always thought, they changed their name to the Bangles. I always thought they should have changed it to the Butt Bangs, But I don't think that would have went over very well. Another very interesting one is the Public Image debut. Public Image, the song. And if you ever wonder where YouTube's The Edge got his idea for the sound, check out this song, man. It sounds like The Edge, dude. Before The Edge was The Edge. And this one folds out into a newspaper. Yeah. Love me some Public Image. Another debut is Bow Wow Wow. And it's Work. And then on the other side is C30, C60, C90. It's about, taping, counterfeit taping, I guess. But yeah, very cool cover. And very cool band. There's Annabelle. This isn't actually a picture sleeve, but it's a pretty cool sleeve. And this is Nina Cherry with a Buffalo Stance, her debut single. Very cool song. Another one that's really cool is Gangrene's debut single, Terrorize and Tang Dub. And if you see on the front, man, they got piles of cocaine and the name of the band spelt out in cocaine. It's probably sugar, but who knows. I always dug this band. They came out of that Boston hardcore scene, which was a really straight edge, and these guys were party animals. Discharge, their debut came out in 1980, I believe, and this is what started a lot of genres. Thrash metal. D-Beat is named after Discharge Beat, But yeah, very cool. And another one. And this is Clay 1. The first record released on Clay Records. And this is Clay 8. GBH's debut single. What is it? No Survivors? Yeah, No Survivors. Very cool. They were one of the best bands in concert. These guys were pretty good too. Another debut by Pussy Galore. This is John Spencer's, I don't know if it's his first band, but this is their debut. Die Bitch, Hardcore Rebellion on side 1, Constant Pain and Car Fantasy on side 2. And it's Feel Good About Yourself Body EP. The Schizos first 7-inch. F. Iggy Pop. Very cool. Another really cool band. Came out in the late 80s. And it's Motorcycle Boy. I think it's this guy here. Francis, I guess. Francis. He came from Pacific Northwest. I don't know if it was Seattle or Portland, one of those cities. He was in punk bands up there. And he moved down to LA. And this is on Flipside Records. Great magazine, great label. And they were kind of a sleaze rock, kind of glammy sound. And they didn't dress up like those, Pretty Boy Floyd and that. And they didn't let them play with those bands either, because these guys were blowing them away. Anyways, their debut single. Dead Kennedy's debut single. Holiday in Cambodia. No, California Uberalas. And A Man with the Dogs. Dead Kennedys. If you notice, they don't have their Dead Kennedys logo. And also the alternative Tentacles logo was not created quite yet. Steve Carlson just showed a band on his very latest Sunday morning edition. It was the UK Subs' latest edition. And this is their debut single right here. CID back with Live in a Car and BIC. Charlie Harper, now 78 years old and still going strong. This is Flipper's debut. I think the two Flipper, their first and their second single, is better than the album. This is Love Canal and Ha Ha Ha. Pretty cool single. Another band that's quite well known, but they're infamous, is Hole. And this is their debut single with Retard Girl. And there's a picture of Courtney right there. Pretty good single, man. And down to the last two, we got the Minutemen, their debut single with Paranoid Time. Pretty funny cover. These Asian dudes filming, I guess, like a Western. And the cameraman, he's standing on a box. And the leading man, he's standing on a box. So he's on a level filled with this white gal. And finally, it's the Black Flag debut, Nervous Breakdown. This is not a first press. On the first press, they don't have the Black Flag logo done yet. And they don't, that's the logo. They don't have the logo. And they don't have the Black Flag font. This is like, it's not, I think it's like either a third or fourth edition. It's not really a fourth press, because I think they pressed like 1,000. It could have been 2,000. And they made 1,000 covers, put them out. And then when those sold out, they had another 1,000 covers printed. And those came out. But anyways, great single. Take care, everybody. My next one, I promise, is the 75 10 Best. I'm done with it. Take care. Stay tuned for any medical advice.